Hello everyone, this is Strand from ExtremeRigs.net, and today we're going to talk to you about a headset. This headset is made by Kingston and it is called the HyperX Cloud 2. HyperX is Kingston's high-end line, and the Cloud 2 is obviously the second version of this headset. Now, as one of the features we'll be reviewing is the microphone. You can see just here. So we're going to actually put the headphones on for a little bit and record the audio just so that you can see exactly what the sound is like. So I'm going to put it on now, and I have the computer here set up to record with Microsoft Windows Sound Recorder, that great program. And so I'm going to switch the video over in the editor at this point right now. So now everything should start sounding a little different to you, and that's because that's the sound from this microphone rather than the microphone on the camera. So let's talk about a little bit about the features of the headset. Comes in this box with a lot of description on it, which is great if you're looking at these in a big box store. As I mentioned before, the headset itself is a second version. And the major difference between the headsets, because they do look quite similar, is that this one is now a USB headset. And it doesn't have to be just USB. You can detach the actual USB dongle. As part of that, it also has 7.1 surround sound. Now, of course, this isn't physical 7.1. It isn't a physical 7.1 setup with 8 different speakers. What that means is it acts as a 7.1 system to the computer, but there's only actually one driver in each ear, and that's a 53mm driver. So it does, digital trickery to kind of convert that 7.1 information into the two speakers. So in terms of how it works, all you have to do is plug the USB into your computer. Here I have it plugged into the monitor hub, and it installs. I had no problem with it auto installing, kind of plug and play. I didn't need to install any drivers or anything like that. And every time I've plugged it in since, it just works. So I have a USB DAC. I have the Asus Essence 1 that you can't see because I'm hiding it with the box. But that will automatically switch over from the Essence 1 to the headset whenever I plug it in, which is really nice. In terms of the features on the dongle, you have a few buttons on here. You have on the side, you have a mute button for the microphone, always handy if you're in a team group and you want to shout to someone in the house, or if you just want to let loose a string of expletives that you don't want anyone else to hear. There's also volume controls for the earphones and a volume control for the microphone, and a 7.1 button, so that enables the surround feature. So when you're listening to music, you can turn that off, and when it's turned on, you can't really see that here, but there's a red LED underneath that turns red when it's on. For music, it's just gives a bit too much reverb. So what about the other features? It comes in this very nice box, so it's really well protected. You can see the amount of foam in here. The microphone is removable, and the other accessories you get would be a carrying bag, so you can put the main headphones in here, and then there's a front pocket as well for you to keep the accessories in. You also get a dual mono adapter. The only place I've ever seen these used is airplanes. I guess you could take this on an airplane if you wanted. The better headphones for airplanes really are the true noise cancelling ones. These headphone ear cups, they're passively noise cancelling. In other words, there's no electronics there. It's just kind of insulated. So it does shield you from a fair amount of noise, but it's not going to be as good as a real active noise cancelling system. You'll also notice in this box we have some other ear pads. These are not spares. I mean, they could be used as spares, but they're slightly different. You can kind of see, if I take these off, you see these are black inside, and then the edge of the ear is actually a kind of fake leather, or pleather, if you will. These guys, they're more of a kind of velour-y, fabric-y kind of thing, and that generally helps if you're the kind of type to get hot around the ears. These will help with that to kind of give it a bit more breathability. And these are very quick to change over. They literally just pull off, and then you have to slide this little edge back in there. The other things we have is a little cap cover. This is for the, well, this side I suppose, the microphone. If you pull the microphone out, there's a socket there, and this is the cover for that. And there's a quick start guide and information on the headset. And that's pretty much all you need. So those are all the features. In terms of how the headset performs, obviously you can tell how the microphone performs it because you're listening to it. In terms of the audio, we need to consider two things. Really, it's designed as a gaming headset, and for games the sound is very well balanced. Between the regular stereo sound and the 7.1, the 7.1 does sound to be a little bit better. And I didn't really necessarily have any problems locating where sounds came from in-game. However, I wouldn't say that I necessarily also felt like it was giving me a competitive advantage. I didn't feel some kind of extra sensory perception as to, you know, where gunfire was coming from that enabled me to suddenly spot it. And that's really the advantage of surround headphones, that they're trying to give you that extra locational awareness beyond just your vision. They do have a pretty kind of wide sound stage, as you'd expect from a surround headphone. In terms of music, there's no definite area where they are weak. You know, they're not lacking in bass, for example, as some headphones are, and they're not overwhelming on bass. I would say, if anything, they're a little on the heavy side on the bass. It's not particularly slow bass, though. It's not wumpy. The trebles are reasonably crisp. If anything, the mid-range is possibly a little too flat. Musically, though, they're, for the price, they're very good given all the other features in there and the fact they're not designed for music. Obviously, these are not audiophile headphones, so you wouldn't expect the quality of music to be perfect, and it's not. But they are suitable, and the music, you know, you can definitely use them for music. You're not going to listen to them and be like, oh my god, this is terrible. I would say the clarity is not there. If you're used to audiophile headphones, you will feel like you're missing parts of the music that you would hear with a real audiophile headset. The major thing I'd like to touch on with the design, though, in this review is really the quality of it. You have a very nice headband here, which again is kind of this kind of plasticky material here with the contrast stitching and the HyperX logo on top. This is very comfortable on top of your head. I never noticed any irritation there. And then you have these brushed aluminum parts that are really strong. You really feel like, really with the whole design, that you're not going to break it. If you're the kind of gamer that rages and gets pissed off when they lose and throws their kit around, this really feels like a setup that's going to last and that you're not going to break it. At CES, I saw a lot of headsets, a lot of expensive headsets, and a lot of plasticky ones which just didn't look like they were going to last, and this one really, I think, will. And that's really all we have on this headset. Generally, we really liked it, particularly for the build quality, and for gaming, it's very good. No complaints at all. I wouldn't say that I've heard a better headset for gaming so far. Obviously, we still have some more to come in soon. So we will be giving this a gold award. It retails at about $100. I
think it's currently on sale at NTIX for 80 bucks. And that's really good value for everything you're getting here. And bear in mind, it's not just for USB either. You can detach the regular 3.5mm jack, and so you could use this. I've actually used it with my phone for conference calls, and therefore you can use it with consoles as well if you're a peasant. So that's it from us. Gold award for the HyperX Cloud. We do think it's a great choice, and stay tuned for more videos. Do subscribe to the channel, it really helps us. And if you're into Facebook, you can like us on Facebook. If you're on Twitter, you can like us on Twitter. Links are at the end on the splash screen. There is a written review on the site extremeregs.net. So that's it from us. Stay tuned for more.